What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with another Metallica reaction. This time we're checking out their song Fixxxer from their album Reload, which I'm coming to actually like. I know that most people said that they didn't enjoy the album that much because of the change in their music style and everything, but I'm actually finding it to be more of the what you want to say, more of a musical sense, like more of a conceptual sense and everything. So with that being said, let's go ahead, shut up, turn it up, see what Metallica got in store for us today. Okay, all right, before we jump into that, man, you guys, we gotta talk about that intro. Absolutely amazing. See, when it was playing, I'm so used to Metallica songs just kind of coming out of nowhere and start blasting, or usually they would have like some type of what do you want to call, like an introduction, but it isn't usually slow and gradual into something like that. It's very interesting. That sound, right? So I looked at that as a couple of ways. I looked at it as kind of like almost like that siren that, you know, they play. What don't they like test a fire alarm? Not a fire alarm, tornado sirens and everything. What was it like? Even within the first week of the month, you know what I mean? You hear those sounds. That kind of gave me that idea because it went. Now you know when an actual tornado sirens is a really long one, but it was like a shorted one, and then just the echoing, right? So kind of like a call and response kind of thing. So that's what I was kind of getting. Like it was like a panic or like an alarm to let you know stuff is about, you know, some stuff's about to go down, you know what I mean? But when the instrument started picking up, that same sound took a whole new different type of character, right? All of a sudden it started giving me sense of like of like a chant, like a battle, like a warrior chant, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you revving up to go. And I absolutely love the way that it's just cutting through and it just echoes in the background. Come on, man. Come on. Now that's how you start this. That's how you start a song, baby. my goodness, bro. It's just something about that riff. It was okay. All right. very, very interesting way we're starting things, right? So this kind of almost gives me the sense that, you know, like he starts off with like Doll of Voodoos, right? And, you know, and some cultures, they believe that, you know, if they make a voodoo doll that's in your likeness, then therefore your soul's attached to it, and they can manipulate pretty much anything that you can do, and they can inflict pain on you. So what I'm getting from these lyrics is like, you're trying to manipulate me, you know, but there are some things that are, you know, that are rooted so deeply into the soul, or rooted so deeply into your foundation of who you are, that you simply just can't control it. And although you may try, and although they may try to break free of those type of stuff, they try to so it's two ways. So you try to manipulate them, right? And but no matter how much manipulation, there's some things you can't undo. But what was throwing me in a loop right here was just when I had a good idea of what this was about, right here in the end, it says, cut this rope and let us run. Just when all seems fine and I'm paying free, you jab another pin inside of me. So that's almost like the manipulator. Manipulator. That's funny. It says, see, I'm confused, because here it's just like saying, you know, only you could tell in time if we fall and stumble or fix this hole in mother's son, but can you say heal the father? I'm confused because it's almost kind of giving me the sense that the person's trying to control you, and then he asks, all right, you're trying to control me, but can you heal these things, right? Can you do that? Can you do that? What's throwing me a loop is here when he says, you know, just when all seems fine and I'm pain free, you know, you jab another pin, right? Like you're trying to run away from the type of things. I'm not too sure. I'm confused, but we still got a whole nother 6 minutes to go. I'm just really, really so excited with the way that sound is it's just crazy, man. It's otherworldly, if you will. Halfway in here, okay? Now I know a solo is about to come, right? Because musical structure, this is how it normally is, right? You got verse, you got chorus, verse, chorus, and then then the solo. So before we jump into this epicness that's about to behold, I think for my train of thought when it goes to this is that there's pretty much you trying to escape. You know, you trying to escape maybe somebody that's trying to manipulate you. But just when you, like you said, just when you think you're free, they drop another pen. What I found really interesting when he said when that pen turns from shine to rust, right? So imagine somebody dropping like some bad news on you or some crippling news, right? And it almost kind of gives me the idea of like the stages of depression. You know what I mean? That's why I think about the needle being shiny as the first part of depression. But then as you start to get over it, it goes to rust. Now, going to rust can mean a couple of things here. The first thing I could think is when things go to rust, that means they basically fade. Not necessarily fade, but they stop being useful. So if you're going through the stages of depression, you might get to the final stage of like I think the final stage of depression is acceptance. And once you get that, then everything that was nice and new and shiny, it's fell off, right? But it also could mean usually when something is rusted inside, it's really, really hard to get out, which means you could be stuck, like literally with these feelings, and there's no way of breaking free, right? Because it's rusted together and you all out of WD-40, my homie. So that's what I'm thinking right now. What we'll probably go and do at the end of this, because I'm very interested in, is probably look at what the meaning of this song was. But we're gonna try to get as much as I can before the end of the song. So I think it's solo time. One more thing. Sometimes I'll talk about the type of character that artists instills into the lyrics that they're saying. One thing that pointed out was that pen, the way that he said it during the first verse, where he said pen, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just him saying pen, he put an emphasis on the I, pen, because when you pen something, it's sharp, right? And usually people go, ow, you know, it's a raise in your voice, like ow, you know. So I like how he did that pen, however he said it. He said it in a very, very nice way, and I thought that was pretty cool. So
Yeah, jab it.
Cry, baby. Ooh, that bass little stutter. Oh. About 30. Drum switch up. Boy, having fun. Okay, hold on. Before we jump into that, I need to go back. I was trying to make a timestamp. I need to go back. There seemed like there was like this type of bass stutter in there. I think it was around 5:37. Let's see if we can catch it again. It was so interesting. Right there, right there. That character right there, that's a whole nother personality on his own. Okay. All right, so if I'm gonna break down this solo to what it means to me, okay, we started off, we kind of get that slow, that, you know, that kind of that solo right there. So that kind of giving me like a sense of, you know, like when you're in a desert and they play like those type of songs, or is it played with like a sitar? Is that what it's called? When they, you know, they kind of give you that sense of drowning, or that sense of despair. You know what I mean? So he said, jab the pins in, right? If you jabbing multiple pins into somebody, you know what I'm saying, whether it be a physical sense or an emotional or spiritual sense, right? The thing about it is that it's sharp at once and then the pain subsides, right? So we kind of got that kind of fall and kind of slide down. We got that multiple times, right? To kind of give you that sense of pain, you know, and then another one, pain, you know, okay? And then it transitioned to the second part of it, where it almost kind of sounded like this was the aftermath of it. After you experience a height of pain that from the pins being pushed in, that's when they start throbbing. So I got a sense of throbbing in your, and you know, you're literally about to be moved to tears. And then the pain gets so intense that's when, you know, you start letting out little heaps of maybe even whimpers of crying, right? Because there were times where the guitar would go really, really high, but it wouldn't stay high that long, right? It would just kind of give little short burst of things getting high, right? To kind of give you that sense of crying and everything. So that's what I thought about the solo. But that stutter and that bass guitar, that's crazy, man. That's just okay. All right, we gonna continue. That was an amazing solo, just like I thought. I feel like I had more to say about it, but I just we gotta continue. Let's get to the rest of this. The wah pedal. Okay, exploding into that one, really exploding in. Okay, so that last part where he was talking about, let's see if we can go back to it. It's like towards the end, shell of shotgun, a pint of gin, right? Numb us to shield the pen. So this kind of give you that sense of, you know, how people drown their sorrows in like liquor, right? Shell of shotgun, right? I'm sitting here thinking like a shotgun of drinks, but pint of gin, right? Those are alcohol, right? To break this curse of ritual do, I believe I'm not alone. So pretty much trying to get rid of these pins, right? Like running away from it, to fall in love with life again, right? So, you know, sometimes people believe the answer to get rid of their problems is they drown themselves into something, or to what would you say, to either or occupy themselves with something else that's going to distract them. You know, it's kind of like, okay. So, you know, when you're really, really hurting, will be physical pain. I'm gonna use that as an example. So, you know, you drink shots, you drink alcohol, just like when you get a tattoo, right? You drunk to numb the pain. But when you wake up, you know, especially if it's your first tattoo, if you wake up, you still gonna feel that pain right there. So you try to distract yourself with all kinds of things. Now, you know, if it was a badly done tattoo and it starts irritating, it starts hurting you some more, it's because it wasn't done correctly and you didn't address it correctly, or maybe the tattoo person didn't do well. So therefore, if you keep ignoring it, right, then it's going to make your life more miserable. So I kind of relate that to like pins being stuck in you, because the pins is what you need to remove instead of trying to wash away the pain. Because if you don't deal with those type of foundations that's causing those issues, then you'll start to fall out of life, or fall out of love with your life and the things that are proceeding, because you didn't address the fundamental, you didn't address the pins. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Sometimes my mind just be going on all kinds of places and everything. I did say at the end, and this one right here where he says no more pins in me, it's almost kind of like a release, right? Because we got to pick up at the end of that, right? And usually when stuff picks up from being sorrow, it's because it's either action oriented or some happiness, right? That's about to happen. So no more pins in me. It's kind of like, all right, I've had it. I need to get over this. The foundations, you got to stop putting these pins in. We got to remove the ones that are rusted, like that turn from shine. We got to remove the ones that are rusted, get them out of here and start heading a new direction. Now, I did say at the beginning of this video that I was going to go and look up the meaning of this song, but I've decided not to. Sometimes I like to just live with what I interpreted, and I'll just let you guys do what y'all do in the comments, and y'all can let me know, or you can just let me lie my ignorance. Like it is with music, you know, there's obviously an intended purpose and an intended meaning for songs, right? Because it's, you know, it's however the artist wants you to interpret it. But I think it's also fun for those of you who listen to this a million times and know the exact meaning to kind of see what kind of interpretation I can get out of it listening to it for the first time. So anyways, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.